In fact, one thing I just want to touch on, just a little bit of a lighthearted thing, because everything has been quite serious. Something that I know I had messaged you or commented on at the time, but it was only because I seen it today when I was going through your social media again. Explain to me what happened. You went parachute jumping with your mum, and you had a bit of an incident.
Yeah, that was super fun. And that was cool because, I had always told my mom, like, dude, I remember it so specifically. I was at school. Sorry, I'm going to give you the backstory on it too.
Go for it.
I was at school, at the smaller Division II school near my hometown. My mom came and visited. We were standing outside in the parking lot. I was driving a 1989 Ford Bronco. I bought it for $500, literally $500. We were sitting there, and I remember, like, I was telling her, I was like, Mom, I'm going to make this work. I was like, Mom, when I get like my first like $3,000 month, I was like, we're both gonna go skydiving. Like, I'll take you skydiving. I'll pay for it and everything. And like, it's not like it's super expensive, right? Like,
Yeah,
I'm sure if I just asked her and convinced her, like, we would have gone. She would have paid for both of us. But I don't know. It was something that in my mind, I was like, when I get that first taste, this is gonna be my mini celebration.
Oh yeah.
Like, something I probably could figure out how to do now, but I'm going to wait. And when I get that first taste, I'm going to do it. So it was a little bit delayed, but I remember, like, I'd written that down and everything. And, it had gotten to the point where I was like, I just remembered it. And I had signed up a few more clients and everything. I had paid off the rest of the program, like I'd mentioned earlier. And I was like, all right, Mom, let's do it. And she was like, shoot, like, she was really scared, of course. But yeah, we went. It was a really unique experience. We actually had to go a couple times because, like, the first few times we showed up, there was too much wind and stuff. Yeah. But then we finally got to go the one morning, and yeah, what happened with my chute was, and like, this is my first time I've ever been skydiving, so I didn't know. So we're up in the air. He pulls the first parachute. We're hanging out there, right? We're good. And he's like, all right, are you ready? And I'm like, sure. I don't know what I'm ready for. And then we kind of like drop again. And then we stop again, and then we're just kind of soaring. And he's like, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter ride, but that's okay. We get to have more fun. And I was just like, okay, like, I didn't think anything of it. We get to the ground, and then he's like, they were like, what happened? And he's like, the first chute had a twisted line. And I'm sitting here like going, wait, what do you mean? Like, something went wrong? Like, so the guy I was like strapped to was actually, he's like a veteran. He's been doing this for like 20 or 30 years or something. Yeah. Thank goodness, right? So the first chute had a twisted line, and he had to release that one and use the emergency chute that was under it. So pretty unique. They said they only get about 2 of those every single year. So my statistics for skydiving are pretty good. I should be good in the future.
I like what you said there about the $3,000 thing, where you said, when I get $3,000, I'm going to do this. And I think that is so important. If you're going to do something that is, you're trying to change your life, right? If you're trying to get a hustle, you're trying to start a business, they're the things you need to allow yourself to have. Like, you need it's like a carrot and a stick. You need to kind of give yourself something to look forward to and something to aim for. But you need to reward yourself. And no one starts a business without the intention of leveling up their life in some way, shape, or form in some area. And I think it's so important that people, one, don't get shiny object syndrome, like you said, where you're just chasing that one big payday, or you're chasing that one supercar. But just give yourself little things. I mean, like, enjoy what you're making. I mean, if you're working your ass off, like you said, you're doing 80 hours a week, knocking your bollocks in, you deserve to go and do something nice for yourself. And I mean, it doesn't have to be big. Like I posted, I bought the NFL Game Pass, which for me was like mind-blowing. Like, I've wanted an NFL Game Pass since I was a kid. Couldn't afford it. Even in uni, wasn't a thing I needed. And then one day I was like, oh, season's starting. I was like, I'll buy a fucking game. I'm just going to buy it. Like, why not? And it's like, what, £35 every 3 months? Or it's like, it's not even that much money. But it was like, when I bought it, it gave me so much like pride and like happiness. It just like, I worked for, I mean, £35 again, but like, you worked for it. And it's like, when people get in new houses, I know Sam, who had been on a couple of weeks ago, he just thingied for his house. So like, that's the little level ups that we're all looking for. And I think it's really important just to kind of like lighten it up again at the end here. Just, if you're working hard for something, please, for the love of all God, give yourself some sort of a reward. It doesn't matter if you had a goal to hit 5K by the end of the year and you didn't hit 5K and you're still on 3K a year or 3K a month. You still grinded your ass off and you still went from 0 to 3K a month. Like, reward yourself on the work you've done, not on the outcome of that work. And that's 100% my mindset, because I think so many people spend 40 hours sitting at a desk and grind, and then at the end of the month, people are like, but you know, nothing's changed your situation. But in their head, they've fucking built themselves up so much, and they might have grew confidence, they might have grew a skill, that it doesn't always have to be monetary. It doesn't always have to have a physical embodiment. You can just be mentally happy with yourself and reward yourself for fucking working hard.
Yeah, dude, 100%. So do you know the artist Russ? He's a rapper here in America.
The name familiar, possibly
Okay.
if I googled it.
He's pretty big. But so he came out with this book like a while ago. A lot of ecom guys read it, and I don't know, I was looking for a new book. I read it. I knew him as an author first, and then I got into his music. But this guy's mindset is bulletproof. And one thing he says a lot in the book, he actually says it in a song too, is celebrate the things you want to see more of. So like he started seeing some success, like he celebrated it. Like he wasn't like, yeah, I saw some success, but I want to be here. And this is one thing I always fell into in athletics, right? Like, you know, I was super dedicated to my sport. I had all these goals, and like I'd go win a tournament, but I wouldn't celebrate it because my goal was to win a state title, like not to win this holiday tournament. So like, but I think that's super important. Like celebrate the things you want to see more of. It's actually he talks about it in his song called Manifest. And if you think about it, it trains your brain to know, I want more of these things. I celebrated these things I got, and it's training your subconscious to go, that I want more of these things in my life, because when they come here, I celebrate them. So look, Russ's book, it's called It's All in Your Head. Highly recommend it. Great for mindset. But yeah, dude, 100%. Like when you get a little taste, don't go blow it. Like be smart, right?
Yeah.
But celebrate the things you want to see more of, even if it's just you're not good at sales. You had a great sales call, dude. Just embrace that feeling. Just be happy. Go take a walk. Go scream after an excitement. I don't know. Like just celebrate the things you want to see more of. I think that's super, super powerful.
Yeah, and I don't know if you'll agree with this. Getting an actual someone else telling you, "Oh, you've done a good job," at a job, like a regular job, doesn't feel halfway as good as when you tell yourself you've done a good job with your business. Like when you give yourself something to be proud of, and when you give yourself some excitement, you almost kind of don't mind working double the time and double as hard just for that one moment where you said to yourself, like, I've fucking done this. Like I've actually did this right now. And I love that feeling.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I love it too. I 100% agree. Sometimes it's nice having like a community of people. Like just the other day, I was on a one-on-one call with Rob, and he was saying, dude, it's been really fun to just watch you grow, you know, not only as a person, but as your business. Like it's been really fun to watch. And it was really cool. Like he's somebody I look up to. So it was really cool, like hearing that from him. I think that community is valuable, and hearing that from other people, but I think it's way more satisfying, right? Like setting a goal yourself and having an internal feeling of like, man, I am consciously noticing myself level up.
Yeah.
Like that's what we mean by celebrate things you want to see more of. And I agree. It's way more satisfying and rewarding.